Today, I will be talking about who's better, LeBron or Jordan. First, we'll start off with the 2018 MVP that went to James Harden, although LeBron scored more points on more efficient shooting and also grabbed more rebounds and assists than him. In 2013, LeBron did win MVP, but he was one vote shy of unanimous MVP, which meant he would have beat Steph Curry to the first unanimous MVP. Gary Washburn of the Boston Globe voted for Carmelo Anthony, later explaining he thought LeBron had the better year, but Carmelo was more important to the New York Knicks. The talent pool in LeBron's era is also much bigger, as he faces players from all over the world, unlike Jordan, who only faced American MVP caliber players other than Hakeem Olajuwon, whilst LeBron faces players from everywhere who are MVP caliber, including Jokic, Giannis, Luka, and Embiid from Cameroon. You could argue Jordan is the better player defensively, as he won a Defensive Player of the Year. But this argument isn't entirely valid, as Pau Gasol won Defensive Player of the Year in 2013 from the votes of journalists, although the votes by coaches had voted LeBron as Defensive Player of the Year by a long way. Additionally, Marc Gasol didn't even make the first team All-Defense the Year. He was apparently the best defensive player, whilst LeBron did make the first team All-Defense and Gasol wouldn't have made the second team All-Defense if it wasn't for a loophole, as Chandler and Noah tied for the most center votes. However, they allowed to centers despite it being illegal to get Gasol in the second team. LeBron also had some of the best defensive moments of the year. You can also use LeBron's final record against him, although this doesn't have full validity either, as LeBron took awful players like Eric Snow and Daniel Gibson to the finals, only getting beat by a super team Spurs, with this image summing up the 2007 finals. LeBron also lost 6 finals and won 4, but this can't majorly be used against him. He carried his team in the finals every time other than 2011.